This is Heat 3 at Warner Lake, what would ultimately be the final race for me for the 2010 season. It would be rather less eventful at the beginning, at least, than the first heat. I started in 4th place, and here, after the checkered flag flies, moved to the inside to protect my position, and then as the leaders slowly creep away, things would get pretty quiet. From this vantage point, you can really see the cracks in the ice. They're there for every event that we go to, but typically the ice is dark or covered in snow, so you can't see it. Here, there's no doubt about it. This is not a sheet of ice. This is many, many smaller pieces of ice. For most of this race, the only excitement that I had was in passing lap traffic. Now, on a day like today, sometimes having a 25-year-old Rabbit was preferable to having a rather newer Subaru. As you'll see here, the Rabbit will just simply take a very tight inside line and go slowly around the turn, but will make better time around the turn than me, taking a wider line to try to maintain grip on the loose stuff. Trying to avoid the Miata too. But when the all-wheel drive hooks up finally, it's pretty easy at that point to put these two behind me. A lot more horsepower and a lot more grip at this point. coming up behind a competitor here who's showing the blue and yellow passing flag. Unlike Formula 1 or other forms of motorsport, the blue flag here is simply informative. Lets the person know that there's somebody coming up from behind who's probably going to pass them, but that person in the front is not obligated to get offline or do anything differently than they would otherwise. I was expecting the Saab to stay to the inside and give me room to go by since he'd just been shown the flag, but unfortunately he moved wide and I had to lift off to give him room. This is starting the final lap. You'll see the flagger giving the white flag here, and a little bit miffed about not being able to get by the Saab before I decide to recklessly make an inside pass here. The pass itself goes well, but because I'm now on the inside and going a little bit too quickly, I miss my braking zone and go flying off course. I hit a cone, but thankfully it stands back up, so no penalty there, but I'm now off course in a place where none of the cars have been running, which means the lake is as smooth as a skating rink, and there's absolutely no grip at all. As I was doing pirouettes, the Audi that I had passed in the previous heat goes by, taking 4th place and relegating me to 5th. Not a great way to end the season, I will admit, but it was a good season nonetheless, and I hope you enjoyed the series, and I also hope to see some of you out on the lakes next year.